Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Honkai Star Rail reaction. Today we have Had I Not Seen the Sun, which is kind of an interesting title. Just basing off of that, I have no clue where the song could go. But Genetic Savior wanted me to get to that in the comments of the last video, and over 200 people agreed, which is one of the highest like counts for a Honkai song I've had in quite a while. So of course I'm going to get to it, and I guess without further ado, let's go! Oh. I should have expected her voice. Why am I surprised? I've heard Robin songs before.
Lost in your eyes, in midnight talks, as darkness falls, I see your tears when we say goodbye. Watching stars as we drift on by.
Alright, that little bit of design there got me.
A glance, fly away.
And the build.
Will our paths converge 'neath the sun?
Not too big, definitely not too little. It's a really good level of energy.
Beyond the stolen night, we share a cherished dream. Between souls whispered that it seems.
Beautiful dynamics on the piano too. Just that alone. I know I didn't say that much during this one, but I just wanted to listen to it. That was so pretty. Oh my God. All right, so given that this song feels the way it does, I believe that there's probably a lot of lore baked into this song that I just straight up do not know because I haven't played HSR. And I'm like, okay, well, what can I make out of just the context of the lyrics? Obviously, the lyrics in here are talking about saying goodbye to some extent. For what reason, I'm unaware. If they're going to meet each other again, feels unlikely given the musical context, but also is possible. It's kind of laying on this ambiguity for me that I can't really tell through the lyrics if there's going to be a reconnection here. It really feels like a final goodbye, like they're just literally in this final moment of never going to be able to see each other again. Whatever's about to happen is basically end of their life, whatever it may be, and I don't know what that is. I don't necessarily think they're going to die. It doesn't feel that goodbye necessarily, just more like saying a goodbye to a loved one. But also there's a lot of melancholic cues in the music specifically, like the whole composition throughout has multiple times where it's like diddling up in little areas with like little just individual notes that are supposed to separate from the main beef of the song down below. And this whole thing being a ballad is obviously reflective of that whole relationship of not being able to see somebody for a while or being happy to be rekindled with that person. But again, lyrics wise, definitely saying goodbye. And I'm just like, okay, well, as far as the music goes, there's multiple times where things separate and there are sound design elements that are kind of off in the distance that aren't connected to the rest of the song. So it's really pressing into that distance and pulling apart from these characters instead of bringing them back together. But what I think is interesting is actually the level of intimacy in this song compared to a different sort of direction that they could have gone. They could have gone a more like romantically involved loved route, which just has a different musical backing to it. There's usually a little bit more energy, a little bit more, you know, want and honestly lust that comes with that, compared to this that feels softer and more like a hug from somebody that you love, somebody who is like a father-daughter relationship, mother-daughter, father-son. Any of those could work. It's just a different sort of musical relationship where it doesn't feel like there is a more like physical connection beyond that. It's definitely a heavy emotional connection, and I suppose that could be a spousal relationship in some ways, but at the same time those are usually produced slightly differently. This one has that feeling of a warm parental hug specifically, and I don't know how to explain that other than purely how it's structured. It feels softer. It feels like there is somebody who's trying to coax you down the right path like a parent would, compared to a relationship with somebody where they're supportive, but at the end of the day you're still your own decision maker and there's not really a guidance there, compared to a spousal relationship that's a lot more of like a shoulder to lean on and like somebody to support you but not necessarily guide you. That's the important distinction here with this song. The entire song carries itself, and the way that its dynamics support you, it's like, oh, I'm figuring this out. I'm having this relationship with somebody who wants me to better myself, and there's that deep connection there. And that's what's really setting this song apart from me. And it might just be the fact that the pianist in this song did an amazing job with those dynamics. Especially, they had pretty good dynamics for every section and every instrument in here, but that piano especially just nailed it. Like every moment that needed to be just a little bit more tender and a little bit more soft, they handled that extraordinarily well, masterfully well. If they needed to swell up and have a bunch of this like emotional cathartic boost, they brought that. They brought it to its absolute peak and then let it softly fall off again. And that's the difference that I'm getting with this one when it comes to that tenderness. It's being soft enough to guide you instead of just being a supportive piece that is otherwise you making decisions. It's guiding you along. That is a very important distinction that I just feel like I need to bring up a lot, because that's what this song is giving me. And I don't know what the title has anything to do with this had I not seen the sun, right? Like what? I feel like I'm going crazy now because like usually there's some connection in these sorts of games to the title and the lore specifically, but had I not seen the sun, maybe that's like while they were being raised, they didn't get out much, maybe, or something like that. So there's this like deeper guidance of that. Like, had I not seen the sun that you showed me, and like there's like a hidden second part of that thought in the title, something of that sort. Just maybe they are the sun. Maybe this is looking at it from the perspective of the parent. Oh, sorry, I just kind of fumbled into that while I was talking, but like maybe this is from the perspective of the parent for the kid. And had I not seen the sun, not saying the sun is like S-O-N literal, and that's not the parallel I'm going for here, but like what if their children are like the sun and moon to them? You know, like that relationship that a lot of parents seem to have, like that breath in their life, that feeling of purpose and being. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe if they hadn't seen the sun, they wouldn't have become who they are. Oh, I might be reading way too deep into that. Maybe this is like from the mother's perspective or the father's perspective. And they're reminiscing about these relationship moments, like, had you not been born, I might not have become who I am today and able to make a sacrifice for you. That could still be vice versa. Maybe this is the kid reminiscing about those moments with their parental figure that cared so much about them. I don't know, but like, the more I'm thinking about that, because I always try to think of something to do with the title if I can remember to, and that usually gives me a big hint, and I might be onto something with that one, so let me know. But aside from that, I think I am done yapping about this one, so thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want me to get to something else from HSR, by all means, drop in the comments below, and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you don't want to do that, maybe just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!